Just Toastic's epic cool iPod showcase, yeah! Fun fact, this thing's actually Teapot themed because it uses the same black and green color scheme as the Teapot Volume 1 soundtrack album. Also, I'm not gonna show you guys all the music I have because, yeah, but just so you know, I do in fact have the BFB soundtrack, as well as the entirety of the One and Nightly Manor soundtracks. So first up we have the all four Descendants movies. I actually really hate these movies with a burning passion, and a lot of longtime viewers are probably very well aware of that. The reason I even have all of them is because I like finishing what I start and completing series and whatnot. The reason I even ever had one of them is something I will explain later. Next up we have a Goofy movie. Just a Goofy movie. Apparently I didn't care to finish what I started with this one because I don't have an extremely Goofy movie. I had not seen this movie since canceling our Disney Plus subscription, and I remember just missing that movie because I thought it was good, so one day I just bought it on iTunes. Next up we have all the High School Musical movies pretty much. This is a spin-off. This is basically the fourth movie in the. Basically, these movies were made by a lot of people who also worked on Descendants, down to them even having the same director and everything. So I assumed I was just not gonna like these movies, despite what other people were telling me. My grandmother even remembered the hype behind these movies from back before I was even born, and she told me that I might like them because of that. I didn't listen to her because well, we already saw how that went with Descendants. I could not have been more wrong about these movies. I ended up like really liking them. They're still a pretty dang big hyperfixation, as a lot of you can probably tell. So I just had to rep them on my iPod, basically, yeah. Next is the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I'm not even joking. This is how I watched the movie for the first time, was on my iPod. Because they were having a Christmas sale in like late 2023. So, yeah, not much to say, but I did like the movie. Chicken jockey. Uh, okay, yeah, and this is actually a pretty similar story to the Mario movie. iTunes has got a Christmas sale going like right now, and I just decided to buy the Minecraft movie. I also decided to get it because this is like the closest thing we'll ever get to another episode of Minecraft Story Mode, even though this is way worse than that, but whatever. This is still a really funny movie, even though it is objectively pretty bad. Next up, I've got the first two Neverending Story movies because they never made a third one. I used to really like these movies when I was younger, and even now I can say that the first one at least is an objective masterpiece. But nowadays, they're nothing I'll really go out of my way to watch. I'll just usually have them playing in the background or something. I decided to, these movies are like always on sale, and it's always like a 2-for-1 $10 bundle. And, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I just bought them both on sale like that. Next, we've got Shrek 2 and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. And honestly, do I even need to explain why I like these movies? I love Shrek. I mean, you guys kind of already knew that, but like, I really like Shrek. Shrek 2 is my favorite of the main series, and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is my favorite movie of all time. I will definitely be getting the entire Shrek series at some point, but for now, I've only got these two. Okay, next is the Steven Universe movie. I had decided to rewatch it with the 6th anniversary coming up, and then I really liked it upon rewatch so much that about a week after the anniversary, I went ahead and bought it on iTunes and put it on my iPod. Actually, I bought it at the same time I bought those Neverending Story movies because I could afford all three of them. Uh, Not much to say about it. This is still like a peak movie, basically. Lastly is Toy Story. I don't have much to say. This was also on the iTunes sale that I got the Minecraft movie on. Yeah. I mean it's a brilliant movie, but what more can I really say about Toy Story? Okay, I know this isn't the first one on the list. I'm just getting the elephant out of the room immediately so you guys don't bully me. When I was a baby and a toddler, I was raised on Baby Einstein basically. And so sometimes I'd still watch it in the background and whatnot when I'm working on stuff. Don't make fun of me. Spartan Dash does this too. Yeah, and I just decided, hey, why not get literally all of them on my iPod? I'm still getting bullied for this, aren't I? Okay, the actual first thing on the list of TV shows is the Ace Attorney anime. I'm not a big anime watcher, like, at all. This is, like, only one of 3 shows I have ever watched that just so happens to be an anime. Basically, I just really, really love Ace Attorney, and I wanted to rep it on my iPod in some way, and so I did that by buying only Season 1. Just Season 1, because iTunes had Season 1, split in half, and I had to pay for them both, and they straight up did not have Season 2. Then next on the list is, a single episode of Adventure Time. It's that Minecraft special, because I fully plan on buying that expensive complete series set on iTunes at some point. But this episode is not included on that because it's not particularly in any sort of season. It's just a special episode, so it's only available separately from that. So I had gone ahead and bought it just so I actually would have everything whenever I did eventually buy that collection, which I mean I still haven't, but it'll happen someday. And we've got Adventure Time Distant Lands, which, yes, is available for purchase on iTunes, and yes, this is technically an official way to watch it. And liking Distant Lands was like my personality for half a year. And to this day, I always like when I get when I get something like this, I always have to make it a mission to watch Distant Lands on it somehow. So that's what this is. Okay, we're gonna go out of order for this one too, because context. So I have the entirety of The Fairly Odd Parents: A New Wish, because they introduced Perry into the show, and then I suddenly became hyper fixated on it, and I mean, I will say it is a pretty dang solid reboot. They only have 1 season right now, and so that got me on some sort of Fairly Odd Parents hyperfixation, because I got, only stuff I have from the main series is the first 2 Jimmy Timmy Power Hours. Not the third one. The third one got removed from iTunes, and now that's only available in the Jimmy Neutron season set. Yeah. Okay, then we've got book 2 of Infinity Train. Now, this one's actually really cool because this got removed from iTunes. You can't buy this anymore. But I had bought book 2 before that happened, so I can put it on my iPod, but no one else can unless they already bought it before then. And actually, this is what I was talking about with having any Descendants movies on this thing, because originally I was gonna get Infinity Train Book 3. I couldn't find it, and suddenly I found out that like 3 days before I had put all this money on my iTunes account, it was removed. Originally I was gonna let that money sit just in case it was some kind of mistake. But someone kept telling me to just spend the extra money on Descendants 2 instead, and after it became increasingly clear Infinity Train wasn't coming back, I just listened to them, and that is why I've got the entire Descendants series on this thing now. And we've got Invader Zim, and I kid you not, the only reason I even have any of this show is just because I felt like it. Eventually I'm gonna get the whole thing, but for the longest time I've only had the first 9 episodes. And then Making Fiends was like my number one hyperfixation back in 2018, and I still like the show. It is like really, really funny. So, since it only had 6 episodes, it was like $5 for the whole season on iTunes, so that's here too. Over the Garden Wall, yeah, the show is pretty good. I only watched it recently after we got like a Hulu subscription. I thought it was solid. This was also removed from iTunes for a while, but they didn't completely delist it. They just did a thing where it was season only for each episode, but then if you wanted to buy the season, it was individual episode only, which meant that literally every purchase option was grayed out and you couldn't buy anything. But apparently that got reverted at some point because suddenly I was just able to buy it again, so I just very quickly bought it before they changed their mind and did that again. So I've got Over the Garden Wall here too. And then Steven Universe Future. This one shouldn't be surprising, because I bought the movie and this was like the extension of the movie, so I bought it as well. I don't have the main series on here, but I'm probably gonna get it on here at some point. But yeah, I've got Future, and then last but not least, I kid you not, is just Wallace and Gromit. Because Wallace and Gromit have been there for me since day one. They are some of the first fictional characters I ever laid my eyes upon. And reason I bought these was because I still had some money left over after the whole Infinity Train Descendants garbage thing. Yeah. So I got the 4 Wallace and Gromit short films on this thing too. Oh, I know how to end this. Sorry it ended up being so terrible.